Yeah, I thought we got outplayed tonight, and it's concerning for me because the goal here is to build, a blue chip company. That's what I'm always telling our kids. I want to be a team that's consistently competing, building a team that's consistently going to be competing for championships. And in order to do that, you have to be consistent with your play. And I felt, if I go back to Friday night, we only played 2 periods. And then Saturday night, we played our very best game of the year, and we played 65 minutes. And the goal tonight was, hey, let's keep it going. Let's turn 65 into 85. And we didn't turn 65 into 66. I thought that Sacred Heart was better than we were. We had a couple individuals who I thought played pretty well, but as a team collectively, we didn't play well, and the score reflected it.
Questions?
Mike, did you feel like you had turned a corner? You got it to 3-3, and then obviously they got the lead right back pretty quickly.
Yeah, I still didn't think we were playing all that well. Actually, when we made it 3-3, that was probably our best 8 to 10 minutes of the game. But then, they scored, and the momentum went right back to them. And hey, it's on me. It's on me to get the guys to play consistent hockey. You cannot be so good. We really played well enough Saturday to win a hockey game against the number 4 team in the country. And then tonight, we didn't play well enough to beat anybody. And I don't want to take anything away from Sacred Heart and CJ because they did a great job and they deserve to win the game.
Max, how much of a challenge was it tonight given how many guys you had out? You had to be on the ice a lot longer than usual in different lineup combinations. How big of a challenge was that coming up?
I think it wasn't different from Saturday's night. We didn't have a full night against BC, but we played hard and we didn't do it today. And it started with our first shift. We give up a goal, and that should never happen.
Coach, when you talk about building up a program, clearly you've got the freshmen here and the other classes who can score, but defensively seems just maybe a tick behind. Where in building a program does that defensive mindset maybe come in here?
Well, Kyle, I think it always starts from the goaltender out. And as I said, though, we've had nights where we've been pretty good defensively, and tonight wasn't one of those nights. And I think a lot of it has to do with there's a loose puck. And if there's a UConn guy going for the loose puck and a Sacred Heart guy going for the loose puck, and the Sacred Heart guy wants it more than the UConn guy, they're going to win more times than not. And I thought if I had to simplify everything, I think that was really the essence of tonight's game, that they wanted the puck more. And as I said, that's my job. I was hired to make sure that our kids compete for those loose pucks. We might not always have the skill and the talent to match other teams, but we certainly should have the inner drive to win those puck battles. And that's on me to get those guys to do that.
Like, how is Cannon held up under this? I mean, he's not playing much. All of a sudden, the injury he's playing in tonight. How's he held up?
Well, he's played pretty well. There may be a few tonight he wouldn't want it back, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to fault our goaltender. We got outshot. I don't have the thing, but I don't know what it was. But what was it?
32-25.
32-25. We got outshot. So, and I remember after the first period, the attempts were, I think, 23-15. So, or even maybe even more. So, I think time will tell with him, but he's a pretty mentally tough kid, and I think he's going to be okay. Because I don't know how long Robbie Nichols is going to be out with the high ankle sprain, so those can be tricky.
Max, do you attribute the inconsistency maybe to anything in particular? I know it's a young team, but is there anything in particular that maybe you think about?
No, I mean, it's pretty easy if you come out hard and play hard. You always have a chance to win. Like I said before, we didn't come out ready today, and you see the result.
I thought Max did, but I don't think, he was one of a few guys who I thought played hard for 60 minutes, but one of a few, doesn't get it done. We need an entire team collectively, whereas Saturday night, I could go up and down the lineup, but I couldn't say one guy didn't really come out hard.
Coach, do you think mostly the breakdowns, particularly in the neutral zone, were a big cause to allow them to get those odd man rushes?
Yeah, some of it was just not getting pucks deep and turning it over, but we made some really mental mistakes. One time we have a D pinch up when he shouldn't have pinched up. We had, we do so many just different mental mistakes positionally and structure-wise and when you're making mental mistakes like we made, then you're not mentally plugged in to play the game. And that's half the battle. So half of it's willingness to go want to win the puck battle. The other half is being mentally plugged in to know where you should be on the ice. And I felt like that wasn't the case. And as I said, that's, what coaches get paid to do. We get paid to make sure our kids are ready to play.
It's pretty evident right off the bat from your perspective, giving 2 goals and mentally the team just wasn't quite ready.
Well, we had a breakaway right off the first shift. Tage went in all alone, and he doesn't score. And then the puck bounces over, Masonis' stick. They get a 2-on-1, and Derek played the 2-on-1 guy instead of letting the goalie have the shot. And that's what I mean. Like, it's just kind of, it was a really bizarre first shift. Probably the craziest first shift I've ever seen in my life, And then on the next shift, we just structurally, we're in good position and we just get out of position in 2 seconds. And we have a D pinch up and puck turns over and they got another 2-on-1.
Is it an injury thing, an inexperience thing, or just anything in particular?
No, hey, I don't want, like I said, we almost the same lineup Saturday night and played really well. So injuries are part of a season. Those things happen, and it's not the reason we didn't play hard. Hey, we may have lost this game 3-2 tonight because we got gassed and we were tired and we only had so many players. And I would have been okay with that if we really competed. But injuries weren't the issue. We lost the game tonight.